celebrating 10 years of delivering the news and content automotive professionals can count on. CBT News, 10 years strong. Subscribe today. Welcome to CBT News with Bridget Fitzpatrick.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to CBT News. I'm Bridget Fitzpatrick. Thank you so much for joining us today. Today on Inside Automotive, we're joined by Mia Phillips, Senior Manager of Advertising and Media for Lexus. But first, here are today's top stories. While visiting a semiconductor chip manufacturer close to Bay City, Michigan this week, President Joe Biden spoke about federal taxpayer investments in U.S. manufacturing and the pursuit of an energy future with fewer carbon emissions. After Biden signed the CHIPS and Science Act, which provides companies making chips in the U.S. with more than $52 billion in subsidies and $24 billion in tax credits 4 months ago, he hoped to reverse past mistakes and bolster the domestic supply chain. Biden also praised Korean-based SK Group, which announced an investment of more than $300 million in a new production site in the area. Chevrolet has announced that the coveted Corvette will become its own brand in 2025, complete with all new performance-based electric vehicles. In recent reports, instead of one electric Corvette, there will be multiple different styles to choose from, including an EV crossover, a four-door coupe option, and a liftback sedan. Additionally, a Corvette EV with GM's Ultium architecture is scheduled to be released in the future. According to a new report from the U.S. Department of Energy's Argonne National Lab, the impact of EVs over the last decade suggests that an electric future is still a ways off. Experts have recently noted that EVs make up about 4% of all vehicles on the road, and they have only reduced gasoline consumption by 0.5%. Yet globally, EVs are selling better than ever. By year's end, 26 million are expected to be traveling along international roads. Electric vehicle maker Lordstown Motors started shipping endurance pickup trucks to consumers after receiving final regulatory approval to sell the vehicle in the U.S. Lordstown expects to make about 30 endurance trucks designed for commercial fleet use by the end of the year and anticipates completing the remainder of its first batch of 500 by the end of June of 2023. Don't go anywhere. Coming up next is Mia Phillips, Senior Manager of Advertising and Media at Lexus. We'll be right back.
Delivering the news dealers count on for 10 years. Subscribe today and join thousands of other automotive professionals. CBT News, 10 years strong.
Lexus has made a huge push to reach younger and more diverse audience, as seen in Marvel movie partnerships like Black Panther. On today's show, we're learning more about their marketing strategies from the Senior Manager of Advertising and Media at Lexus, Mia Phillips. Take a look.
Can you share the brand's diverse marketing strategy and the goal throughout the next few years?
Yes, so Lexus, certainly, I think you can probably see through our advertising that we are definitely trying to make sure that we're reflective of what we're seeing across the United States, which is ensuring that each member of society is represented. Representation is certainly important in today's day and age, and making sure that not only we're seeing representation in terms of the casting that's on the screen, but also making sure that we're resonating with each of the diverse and multicultural audiences to ensure that what we're saying is genuine, authentic to the brand, but also indicates that we have some level of insight about what is important to each of our consumer audiences. And so that is going to be the strategy moving forward. We have been in that mode for many years. It's not anything new for us, but I think what we're doing is making a concerted effort again, that those insights are really coming through and are resonating with our consumers that are watching, the shoppers that are in market, as well as our guests who are already family of the brand.
Sure. Since the passing of George Floyd, we saw a number of brands out there step it up, if you will, and put their own marketing efforts under a microscope and say, are we really living up to what we want to push out there to our consumers? Is it safe to say that Lexus is one of those companies that said, look, let's do what we've got to do to represent our buyers in a bigger way than we've been doing prior to the George Floyd event?
It is interesting. I think what it did more for Lexus was confirm that we were doing the right thing. I don't know that we've necessarily stepped up our efforts since then, because again, we had been kind of moving in that direction for a long time. We have several multicultural agencies, so we have an agency of record for our Black, Hispanic, LGBTQ plus consumers. We have an agency of record for our Asian consumers and the diversity within that Asian spectrum. So East Asian versus South Asian. And so we have been creating content for, these groups of consumers for quite some time. And so what this did, what the George Floyd tragedy did was just really make us more resolute that we're doing the right thing, that we have been doing the right thing, and that we should continue down that path.
All right, be sure to watch this interview in its entirety right here at cbtnews.com. That wraps up our show for today, but we invite you to join us back here again tomorrow morning for all the latest news and trends impacting the retail automotive industry. And be sure to follow us on TikTok, LinkedIn, Facebook, and Twitter. I'm Bridget Fitzpatrick. Thanks for watching and have a great day.
Thanks for watching CBT News, the voice of the retail automotive industry. Join the #1 most watched newscast in the automotive industry. CBT News, 10 years strong. Subscribe today.